Kevin Gates says he stopped being sick after he started telling the truth. And man, Kevin Gates is back at it again with just all of the cap, you know what I mean? I feel like Kevin Gates just kind of, just goes way too far with the whole conspiracy situations and just his whole personality. It's just really, really interesting. In this clip, as you saw in the video, he was pretty much just saying, like, he was just talking about he was lying so much that he was getting sick so often, but now he doesn't get sick because he's telling the truth and something about the chakras and stuff like that. And man, let's just kind of break down all the times Kevin Gates has lied. Because man, Kevin Gates is just like, he's like the biggest capper, man, the biggest capper. He's just like a very out there personality when it comes to just his antics and stuff like that. I think he's like 38 now, 36. He's definitely like considered like a pioneer in the game. He even mentioned recently that NBA YoungBoy is super influenced by him, and he pretty much, like NBA YoungBoy is inspired by him. And I can kind of see like the resemblance a little bit. They're both from Louisiana, both have like the melodic street flow and stuff like that. So I definitely see it. But let's just talk about all the times that Kevin Gates has actually lied in the past. Kevin Gates lied about his brother having a 19-inch schlong, and that was just really weird. Like in the interview, Kevin Gates was just talking about that. I was like, yo, man, like, what point are you trying to make here? Because I think the interviewer was asking how long his was, and he was like, yo, he's talking about his brother. His brother has a 19-inch, and like pause on this whole topic. You know what I mean? It's just really, really weird. But like Kevin Gates is like, yo, my brother has a 19-inch one. And like when I watched that video, I was like, yo, man, like, why are you capping? And this must have been like one of the things that Kevin Gates was getting sick about, getting sick because he was just lying so much and just capping. I thought that was absolutely hilarious because it's like, man, why are you looking at your brother's shit like that, you know what I mean? Let's like tag teaming a bitch or something like that, but like it's just still super weird to me, you know what I mean? And it's just like, that's just the biggest cap ever. And he just over sexualizes himself in like shows and stuff like that. Like if you see those clips going viral of Kevin Gates just doing the most, you know what I mean? I was just talking about another thing that Kevin Gates technically lied about. He lied about starting a car with his bare hands. And there has been some viral clips going around of this guy from, I don't even know where, but he literally started the car with his bare hands. You know what I mean? Like somehow with his bare hands. And Kevin Gates in the interview was like, yo, I can start a car with my bare hands on God, you know what I mean? And I think that's definitely a lie. Like sure, there is some people that do that, but I don't believe Kevin Gates was actually starting his car with his bare hands, man. Like that's... You really believe that? Like, I don't even know if he believes it himself, Like, he's just trying to be really out there, and, like, it's not like he's dropping that much music right now to try to promote anything, so it's just like, yo, why Kevin Gates? Like, why are you trying to cap and stuff like that? Like, what's your point? What's your motive? You know what I mean? So here's another one. This time someone lied on Kevin Gates. Someone that was transgender said Kevin Gates ended up smashing her. And if you guys didn't know the situation, let me just kind of break it down right now. So this transgender transformer girl was on a podcast saying that she was hanging out with Kevin Gates, blah, blah, they're vibing and stuff like that. And mind you, this chick had like a deep voice in Adam's apple. So it's like, you can tell she's transgender and she's like 6 feet tall. And most women aren't 6 feet tall. So it's like, yo, it's kind of obvious that she's transgender. But apparently she got surgery done. Kevin Gates is going down on her or him. Her, yeah, let's go with her. And she had surgery, so she didn't have like a schlong anymore, and Kevin Gates was just going in it. And then she was pretty much just saying like, oh no, it's like, Kevin Gates is like, oh no, like what's going on here? And then she was like, oh yeah, I'm transgender and stuff like that. And then he's like, yo baby, I don't judge you at all. I'm gonna still keep going. And apparently they smashed. But man, like, Kevin Gates would be livid about that situation. That's gotta be cap, you know what I mean? Like, I believe they probably linked or something, but smashed and going down on the transgender, I don't know. I think it's kind of cap. But at the same time, Kevin Gates just overly sexualized himself so many times. It's like, yo, what does Kevin Gates have to lose? Like, he's super out there with the spirituality and sexuality stuff. So at the same time, it doesn't surprise me, but I do feel like it's cap. Because, like, why is she outing Kevin Gates like that? That's like the one problem I have with the trans community right now. They just try to out straight guys smashing transgenders and stuff like that. It's like, are you trying to make yourself like better than the other females and stuff like that. I just don't understand it. I think it was a really, really interesting take, and I think it's definitely cap, but you know, the media just kind of pushed it under the rug. The media is just so fast these days. Nobody even really cares about the situation. I think a lot of people kind of saw it and was like, wait, what's going on? At the same time, some people are like, yo, that's definitely something Kevin Gates would do, you know? So, you know, I think it's cap. That's my opinion. I think it's definitely cap. And the last topic I want to talk about is just how many times he overly sexualizes himself, like especially in concerts. Like he's thrusting the microphone, he's like humping the air and stuff like that. He'll be jumping in the air like this, and everybody says like Kevin Gates doesn't have a song where he has to be in the air with 2 feet in the air, like 5 feet in the air, just jumping like that. And even just interviews and stuff like that, he'll just go like to the extreme about sexual situations. Like he'll be like, man, I love when a girl just like takes a piss in my mouth and I'll drink it. You know, I think that's just super out there, super weird, you know what I mean? So like, I think Kevin Gates kind of overly sexuates himself, and that kind of parts in with him just kind of capping, because like, I don't know what point he's really trying to prove. But let's just go to his Spotify monthly listeners right now. He's at 6 million monthly listeners, which is super dope right now, and he's like a veteran in the game. His career is kind of close to being done. He's kind of just like the pioneer in the rap game. 6 million monthly listeners. His top song is really 229 million streams. That's a classic. Same with Two Phones, it's a classic. I never really got into Kevin Gates like that. Isla, classic mixtape. I remember like that came out when Views came out by Drake, and I was bumping that in like high school and shit. The project I'm Him was pretty fire. That was probably the last Kevin Gates project that I listened to. I don't really remember a lot of the songs on there, but I do remember I had it downloaded and I had many songs downloaded and stuff like that. A lot of my bros really enjoy Kevin Gates, a lot of his older stuff, and I respect it. But you know, Kevin Gates is just a pioneer in the game right now. He's just kind of doing interviews, he's just living life, he's doing shows and stuff like that. He influenced NBA Youngboy, like you said, and he's just living life. But I'm glad he's starting to kind of understand that he's been capping and admitting it, just kind of like LeBron James. But anyways, let me know in the comments what you guys think about the situation. Like this video, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Peace.